What's up, guys? SuperSmashBroz here, bringing you another ranked game, and I'm kind of excited for this one just because this game was kind of exciting for me for a few reasons. One of them being it broke my loss streak again. I had another loss streak that I lost like 5 out of 6 games, and I happened to win this game at the very end, and I did pretty well. And the second reason why I'm really excited for this game is because I am playing Riven. Now, last season, Riven was my most played champion, but season 3, I have like 2 games on her, just because I feel like she's not that good this season. But I had a really strong urge to play Riven, and when I saw the enemy team pick Singed, I was like, alright, let's go for it. I was trying to get some jungle gameplay for you guys, but I was losing all my games, partly for my fault, partly because of bad teams. And I did actually win a couple of jungle games, but they were like 20-minute games, and I didn't want to show another 20-minute game. So this game is actually a really good one, where we're losing in the beginning, but we pick it up in the end, and I end up doing really good. So we'll see how this one goes, or you'll see how this one goes. I already know how this one goes. But in this game, I almost get a pentakill. I actually could have got a pentakill, but you know how it goes. I didn't ignite, and I didn't last hit this one champion, so I could have got a pentakill, but I let my team get the kills, you know. I got a triple though. So I'm sort of gonna make this sort of a guide to Riven, or a guide to top lane, guide to Riven, because I feel like in this game I play particularly well, considering I haven't played Riven for a couple of months, and this is my first game back with her. And you can actually see from my perspective this time, not just from spectator mode. So I recorded this in using my stream, and I just put it to file output. And so I'm recording this using that file. So I'm not actually playing right now. I'm just talking over my recording of me playing. Does that make sense? I played this yesterday. So usually against Singed, you want to play someone who can bully him early, just because Singed just walks all over here. All over you once he gets to level about 7 or 8, I would say. After he gets his ult, he walks over a lot of champions just because he gets so tanky that he just proxy farms, or he just farms and just goes back to buy and just keeps farming until he has so much HP that he can't do anything. So what I want to do is get someone who can bully him levels 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, stuff like that. So I picked Riven, because I used to always play Riven against Singed. Now if you guys don't know anything against Riven, she is a very mobile assassin that deals all AD damage. Her Q, her E are key in her mobility. So and her Q is the thing that you want to max first, because it deals the most consistent damage. I used to max W for the burst, but I figured that I learned that Q was better after trying out a couple of things. And your Q gives you three what's it called, charges. The first Q you press is just a normal charge. The second Q is sort of a little mini leap, and the third is like a knockback. So you'll see me use my knockback right here. No, just kidding, I didn't use it. I lied. I don't really remember all this gameplay. So we see Jarvan, and I was thinking about baiting it, like right around here, but I realized that Singed can flip me and Jarvan can CC me, and we really have not that much hard CC that'll last longer. So I was really wanting Skarner to go back and let me just waste Jarvan's time, because Jarvan's not gonna get a gank on me. So one thing with Jarvan is if you pass by his EQ combo towards him and not towards his pole, you won't get knocked up. So that's what I did. I just E'd back into his combo instead of E'ing forward toward his pole, which really helped me out. And the top lane is all about sort of like trading. It's all about trading and wave pressure. So right now, because I had to play so passive because I knew Jarvan was waiting in the bush, I had to let Singe push all the way to my tower, which is fine for me, I guess. I do a pretty good job of lasting at tower. I only missed one creep. But I honestly haven't played Riven for 2 months, and I just decided to YOLO it and play with the Doran's Blade, because with the meta right now, usually tankier people get a Doran's, so you're allowed to start with the Doran's Blade just because they're only starting with one pot. But if they start with something like with a flask or a health regen bead and you start with Doran's, it depends on the matchup, but pretty much you're screwed because they can out-sustain you and they can stay in lane a lot longer than you if they push you out of lane early. But I knew Singe was gonna start Doran's shield, so I decided to start Blade, and I've just been harassing him down, going in and out, and not taking too much damage while dealing the maximum amount of damage I could to Singe, so he could use his pot and we could be on even footing. So at this point I have a huge advantage just because he has a lesser item than me and he already used his pot. But especially in this matchup, what you want to do with Riven is you want to go in with a couple W, as you see me do it right there. I took a little bit too much damage because I used a couple of my Qs too far in. But what you want to do is you want to use your QWE combo in, and right when your shield's about to go out, you want to Q back out so you don't take any damage. And you saw me doing that earlier in the game, in the laning phase, where I would just use I wouldn't even use all my Q procs. So right there you saw that I would just wait till my shield was gone and then go right back out. So his shield does so his poison does no damage to me because my shield absorbs all of it. So because Singe damage is mainly his poison, in this you mainly want to max your E second instead of your W. But in a lane where you can really bully the enemy opponent, like I would say Kennen, Zed, Malphite. Malphite and Shen are hard because they're really tanky, but you still want to get the maximum damage possible. But since the maximum of Singe damage is not up front, you can use that shield to negate most of his damage. And this is a Plat 1 game, but I don't think the Singe really knew how to play Singe, because if I were him I would be flipping me around, but I don't even think he's flipped me once. I think the one time that he flipped me was during the gank. So you realize that since the one time he flipped me was during the gank, whenever I see him run up like this, I'm pretty sure Jarvan's gonna be around. So I had to flash that just because I probably would have been dead if he flipped me after the Jarvan knockup, because Singe had already popped his ghost and his ult.
Choose your own
but
path.
I'm pretty safe still. So before 6, what you want to do in this lane matchup is go in and out, using your shield as a damage absorber.
There is no other way.
So right there,
A moment has slain an enemy.
and as I'm gonna, so that's before 6. You want to go in and out, But I was kind of mad because Jarvan kept coming top. But so you go in and out before 6. But once you guys both hit level 6, what you really want to do is try to bait Singe to use his ult. And this game I was extremely good at baiting Singe to use his ult. So I didn't really bait Singe. I think Jarvan baited him, but Singe used both his ghost and his ult, so I was allowed to, and he overextended just a little bit, and I was allowed to go aggressive on him because my ult and ignite were still up. Unfortunately, Jarvan was still in the area for the 3rd time, which is kind of annoying, but I was still able to get the kill. And at this point in the game, I was kind of sad because I thought this was going to add to my loss streak. because bot lane was losing all on its own, and Jarvan was just staying top. So I figured that bot lane would just keep getting camped, or I mean, bot lane would keep getting wrecked, and I would keep getting camped. But turns out that Jarvan doesn't even come top again, so I'm free to do whatever I like to Singed. And
conflict awaits.
the thing in this matchup is you never want to come back to lane without pots with Singed, because in any matchup in particular, because so right there I outdamaged Singed enough where he has to use his ult. So right when my ult's back up, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go back in, which is the right thing to do. Yeah, I'm gonna go back in right when his ult's down, because you don't really want to go in. You don't want to fight Singed when his ult's up. But I know his ult timer is about to go off, so I just go in right when I see Warwick. There, his ult's off. And I don't get the kill, but Warwick's able to clean up. Warwick runs all the way from bot lane, which I think was pretty funny. But basically bait Singe's ult out, and then pop your ult after his is done. Even though I had to pop it a little early because Warwick was coming up. And I'm managing my creep waves right now. So like I said earlier in the game, top lane is all about managing creep waves. So allowing Singe to push and just picking up my creeps after he pushes. It doesn't hurt me, and he might miss a couple of creeps, so it only hurts him as long as I CS perfectly. At this point in the game, I'm kind of sad again. I get even more sad because we already lost our mid tower, and our second tier tower is already going down. So I'm like, oh man, this game's sad. But I don't say anything in the chat. Learn from my example. Don't say anything in the chat when people are doing bad. We actually get Baron stolen from us later in the game, and I didn't say anything, and I was just joking around when I was like, wow, nice smite. But I was just joking. I don't rage or anything. There's always hope, especially when you have a Riven. There's always hope. And there's always hope whenever Graves gets cut out as much as he does this game.
Choose your own
But
path.
itemization on top laners. I see so many top laners going damage heavy when they don't have a tank on their team. This game I have 2 tanks on my team. Maybe you want to count 3 if you count Kale's ult. But I have 2 tanks on my team in an ultimate that allows me to build full damage. And usually on Riven, what you want to do anyway is build full damage. So right there you see my shield doing work. But on Riven you usually want to build full damage because her shield scales off AD. Everything on her scales off AD. Her Q, her W, her E, and her ult. But what you want to build is basically armor pen and attack damage. That's pretty much it. So this game I build Brutalizer because he was stacking armor with his what's it called? His Thorin shield, and he bought. I knew he was gonna buy another armor or even more health. So and he ended up buying the what's the item called? Whatever that thing that builds in the Zonias. Baited his ult out again. So I should have told Kale that Singe was coming his way, but I was too focused on last hitting at tower. So that was my bad there.
My spirit is not lost.
But so I looked down bot and I caught a glimpse of what was happening, and it was round 2 and he just got into the stun, so I was like, oh that's good for us, And we have 2 snares. Our team comp's kinda weird, it relies on picking people off. So as long as we continue to do that, we should be able to stick in the game. But if we get picked off, this game is gonna be a long game. Riven's ult is really special because it gives her a huge steroid, and it's like a kill stealing magnet. So you'll see me like, oh, this is worded. Waiting for my cooldowns here. I decided not to go back in anymore. So you see how my sword is bigger right there? Riven's ult, I think it's like for 10 seconds. It might be like 7 seconds, something like that, some weird number. But it gives her attack range and damage steroid, and allows you to cast her ult in any direction. And casting your ult on low health targets does more damage. It's sort of like Lee Sin's ultimate, where you deal more damage based on how much HP they're missing. So it's a very good execution and kill stealing ability. There's a point here where I just flash and ult someone just because I wanted to kill. But on Riven, Riven's a really snowbally champ. If you don't get ahead, that was a bad cue. If you don't get ahead early, you're pretty much screwed. But I'm pretty farmed up. I have 106 CS at 14 minutes, which is pretty good. If you ever learn anything from me, it's try to learn how to manage your opponents. So I notice a lot of lower elo people. They always they want to fight no matter what. But why fight when you can cancel my ult? I tried to pop his ult again, but it wasn't happening. But a lot of people just want to fight. But all Sinja's doing is pushing right now. So all I want to do is lay as much harass as I can and just farm up after he pushes. And it's just gonna be everything. And my team pings out that Graves is coming, so I just back off. I try to bait it a little bit, but I just back off. And there's about to be a party in the mid lane, or top lane, I mean.
So long I've wandered.
So Sinja's just pushing. And you know you're pushing when that's a good game. Unfortunately their whole team is coming up, so we have to back off. When you're playing in lanes, especially by yourself, one thing that you need, is health pots. Because health pots allow you to trade with your opponent, and they allow you to stay in lane longer. It gives you the lane advantage. That was a good ult by Kale. I was kind of scared here. I didn't know what to go in. I didn't know whether to go in or what, but I just decided to back off. Because it was 4-on-3. It was a 4-on-3 and we were split pushing, so I just wanted to stall as long as I could. And my ult was down. So I was just trying to be careful. And what you saw me do there in Jarvan's ult is I knew from past experiences that my Q can knock me out of Jarvan's ult, but I didn't know which segment of my Q. If you knew it, like I don't know if the first one or the second one or the third one knocked me out of Jarvan ult. So my first one actually knocked me out of Jarvan ult, but I used my second one and it knocked me back in. So that was kind of funny, but it worked out anyway. I think he put his ult down, which I don't know why. But we were able to pick up bot tower, and mid tower is about right below 2/3 HP. So we were able to pick that up. And one thing when you're really behind is all you want to do is buy wards, and more wards, because wards give you the advantage on the map. They allow you to take objectives. They allow you to push. They allow you to pick off teammates, especially in solo queue. You want to be able to pick off people. So, okay, I had a decision to make. I had a decision to go down and help my team, or I had a decision to push. And I saw Vayne down there not helping, so I was like, alright, there's no chance. I'm just going to push this tower, and then I'm going to back. But after I saw Graves in the bot lane, I was like, oh man, this is so good for us. Vayne makes really good plays here. Oh man, Jarvans with their EQ combos.
An enemy has been slain.
Just trying to get out of the base as fast as possible, just to join the team fight. I don't know, this game Graves got picked off so much that that it allowed us to catch back up in the game. That was a super long range Q. I was sad that I didn't get that kill. We're gonna take Dragon off that. It was pretty good. But it's happened so many times where the enemy team is pushing. It happened to me a couple games ago where our team had all the towers down. We literally had all the towers down except for the Nexus towers, but all 3 inhibitors were up. But we gave up so many kills just to get towers that when it came to the point where they were just stuck in their base defending, we couldn't bulldoze past them anymore because they were just so much stronger than us. The kill, it was like 44 to 20 kills, but we had all their towers and they didn't have any towers. But we just gave up so many kills trying to get towers that they just pulled ahead in the end. The game got extended to like an hour, and we ended up losing just because they had so much more kills than us. And that, to a lesser degree, is what's happening now. Like, they just keep pushing towers, but we're getting ahead in kills, and it's gonna come to a point where in team fights we're just outclass them. And I really wanted to see us, but no cigar. When I'm playing top lane, usually I just want to farm. But when you're behind and you have enough kills on your team, you really just need to help your team. So that's what I do here. And I see Lux, I'm like, oh, I gotta get this, I gotta get this. But I actually, that was a really good Q. And there's the flash ult I'm talking about. I just wanted that kill. I had nowhere to go with my E. I really wanted to E away to dodge it, but that would have. I knew I wasn't gonna catch him, so I just turned away here. I really wanted to E away, but by that time I wouldn't have caught up to Lux, so I just decided to go flash ult some other doomed person. So at this point in the game, we're ahead 100% in kills, 14 to 7, and so I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm not scared of. I'm allowed to get in a couple more hits just because my shield is so good. But I'm pretty confident at this point. Just because Graves has been getting picked off so much, and Vayne has been getting the kills, and I have been getting the kills. And those are the people that need to get the kills on our team right now, Vayne and me. Because, I don't know, in all honesty, they don't have anyone to protect their backline. Jarvan goes in, Singe runs around the backlines, and Lux and Graves are really squishy. So if I can, so right there I saw he had a huge wave, so I decided not to go in. But so I can really just run around on their backline if as long as I escape Jarvan and Sona's CC chain. Yeah, see, Graves just keeps getting picked off, which is what I think lost in the game. And I was thinking in game right now that we need to get top tower, because then we'll be allowed to push out. I think that was the first W I ever missed this game. But I was thinking we need to get top tower so that we can get more control of the map, and that forces me to 1v1 Singe up in this top lane. And I don't know if I'm able to 1v1 Singe anymore because he's getting really tanky. But it's around this time.
A sword mirror its owner.
It's around this time that Riven gets really strong. My items right now are all mid-game items. I have a BS sword, I have Hex Shrinker, Brutalizer. So right about now is where I'm the strongest. And my team is applying super good pressure on the map at the same exact time, which is extremely good for us. Vayne gets 2v1 in the bot lane. But they trade that for a mid tower, second tier mid tower, which I think is it's worth. And they rotate top, and I'm just waiting. You know, we have 2 suppresses, so a little bit overkill. I didn't have to ignite there. So many times I see players using summoner spells when they don't need to. Like a kill. This is a funny chase down bot lane. I don't think it works out for them. So many times I see like people igniting when they could have auto attacked and secured the kill just as easily. But you need to save as much of the advantage as you can, just to keep that little edge on your opponents. And that's my mistake there. I made a couple mistakes in this game. But them chasing Skarner allows us to pick up another second tier tower, which at this point in the game I'm pretty sure we'll win, as long as they don't sneak a Baron or anything. But you know, stuff happens. Stuff happens in solo queue that I'm not really sure about.
Choose your own path.
One time when I was playing Riven, I tried to run Ignite Barrier because Riven has really good escapes.
My hands
I didn't have any cooldowns up, so I couldn't go for that. But Riven has a lot of escapes. Her E, her triple Q.
how should I proceed?
So I tried running Ignite Barrier, but I realized that even though Barrier is considerably, I tried to dodge some of that, but it didn't work out. Yeah, so I dodged both those luck spells, but I just try to get out of the Draven ult as fast as possible. But as I was saying, I realized that Flash on Riven is such a more aggressive spell. Like whenever I'm playing Riven, I rarely, and I mean rarely, I thought Riven was gonna die there, but and I saw Singe pushing top, so I was like, I got it back. But I rarely use Flash defensively. Like that one, I think I used Flash like 3 times offensively in this game and only 1 time defensively, right, which was on that early game. But Flash on Riven is so good because you can flash on their face, ult. You can ult and then flash on their face, and then use your abilities to keep up with them because you deal so much more damage compared to them. But that's why I prefer Flash on Riven compared to Barrier. But I mean, it's all preference. And I'm being greedy here and take blue buff. But another thing I see a lot of Rivens do is they use their abilities and then they ult, which is a big mistake because your ult gives extra damage to your abilities. Your ult increases damage on your Q and your W, and it also, I believe it increases the shield. Don't quote me on that though. But it just gives so much more, it just gives that extra push that you need to burst down. So the basic combo for Riven is ult, Q, auto attack, Q, auto attack, Q, auto attack, E if you need to catch up to them, auto attack, W, auto attack. Now you notice when I'm doing my combo, I auto attack in between every ability. Now the reason for that is I knew Graves was dead. The reason for that is because Riven's passive gives bonus attack damage. After she uses an ability. So you can stack that, so you can do 3 spells and then auto attack, but you maximize your damage just by ability auto attack. So that's what you try to do. Now I knew they were doing Baron, but I was trying to pick them off.
Should I proceed?
Here. I don't think it works out. Maybe. I missed my flash. But there is an example of an aggressive flash, just in the wrong direction. I was just trying to get over there to stop Jarvan, but he goes around, so. Oh my goodness, these junglers. Honestly, I don't know if Skarner can smite while he's ulting, so I think that's what he should have tried though, because we could have bursted him down before Skarner's ult was over, and then he would have had a free smite. Because you can't, I know the enemy can't smite when you're suppressed, so. But since they got the Baron buff, Vayne can't 1v1 Graves anymore, which kind of like, there goes our strategy. Our strategy right now is like Vayne just split pushing the whole time. I didn't have my E up, so I couldn't, that was a bad ult. I didn't have my E up, so I couldn't dodge Lux's Q. I really wanted this inhib. And once I saw Vayne, I was like, yeah, we can do it. Oh, there's the second W I missed. Whoops. We're in full retreat mode right here. They have Baron. We want no part of it. But we got our objective, which is pretty good. All we're trying to do right now is minimize our casualties, regroup, and then take the next objective. A lot of people tend to be greedy and overstay their welcome. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know what I was doing, but I wasn't paying attention. But tend to overstay, and then they just lose the game because they overstay. Like, if we overstayed and got ace, they would have took top and hib, and they might have ended the game. So you see, like 5 minutes later, I go like, "That smite," but I was just joking. So Bloodthirster is supremely good on Riven. Some people like to stack Bloodthirsters, which I think is a little troll. Although it's viable, but it's a little troll, just because they're like, "Oh, I don't need any defensive item. I can just bulldoze you." But this game is pretty much coming to an end. We're so much more stronger than them because they gave up so many kills after just by pushing. But you know, stuff happens. Like, I think Graves is about to get picked off again. He's too far up. Vayne has such 1v1 potential. Wow, that attack speed. But Vayne has such 1v1 potential just because of her her Q and her chase potential. And I wasn't sure if I could. Singe would just slow me to death. You know what I realized in this game? Singe didn't use his W once. I never saw Singe use his W, and I think the best Singe. I don't know how to say the plural of that. Singes is the best Singes know how to use their W. Like, that's what makes them or break them. Use their poison, use their W. And yeah, the game is pretty much coming to a close here. This is where I almost get my pentakill. I can just lifesteal up here. But you know, we'll see how this team fight goes. So I'll tell you guys ahead of time. What happens in this team fight is Jarvan goes in on us, but I'm able to get out of it really fast. We'll see. So right here, I don't know. I really could have ignited Sona and gone for Jarvan. I think he would have let me get it. I don't know. I could have got it. But there's another gameplay for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my little. I don't know. I talk a lot, but it's just because I try to give you guys the most information possible in the short amount of time that I have. But I just wanted to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment if you have any tips, or if you want me to play anything in the future. But just let me know. Leave a comment, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks guys. I'll see you guys around.